You really playing my music in the background?
Yeah.
I was like, I had to listen. I was like, this shit sound familiar. I'm like, oh shit, that's it. Oh shit. I'm like, he played my song. Okay, all right.
I had to do something. I had to get something out. Like I had to set up for last week, but then after I had a different song. But I was like, I found this. I'm like, oh, I saw bopping to it, forgetting that I had it for the show. Then I was about to use it, so I had to cut it off. I had to like restart it and get it back. I'm like, oh yeah.
Okay. I see that. I respect that.
And, you know, I had to try to. My thing is trying to do a whole try to get like some intro music that relates to the guests.
I feel that.
So yeah, gotta what is it? A good friend said every heroes need to have a theme music. We learned that from "I'm Gonna Get You Sucker." And it's still true to this day.
This is true. This is so true.
Happy Monday. How you doing, my friend?
I'm surviving, man. You know me.
Oh yes. So I want to tell you guys happy Monday. Thank you guys for checking out Power Chat. Whenever you see this, either live or on YouTube or later on Instagram Live or whatever. This guy right here.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm innocent.
This guy right here, Mr. David Warren, Mr. Honja Photography, Mr. Jack Nichols, man of many names, man of many talents, is one of the most.
Here we go.
Just, you ever had a good day?
Hold on, I want to advertise this, so I'm going to take a picture of me online with you, so I can advertise this properly. So don't
You ever had a good day where everything's going right? Like you got your check on time. You ain't got to pay too many bills. That money, that day in the middle of in that month where you already paid your bills and you got that check for yourself that you can do whatever you want. Everything is going great. Your girlfriend, your significant other is not giving you a hard time. You're eating good. You know what? That is what this guy is. He's that type of feeling. He's that type of. If those was the feeling that you get on a good day, all those checks on time. You about to get some ribs. You about to eat a steak. You about to have some fun times with your friend. If that was the antithesis of a person, if that was that, it would be this man right here.
I do not have enough money to pay you for this intro that you're giving me. I have the funds to pay for this.
It will be this man right here. I'm just saying, I have to try to do a promo every now and then on certain people that I know personally on a regular basis that are just genuinely good people. Like no matter if I say it later on during the post of the paper or the YouTube page or whatever, just the description or whatever. But I always want to give the people their flowers now before whatever.
Before we hold up. That sounds real dark right now.
I'm not trying to say real dark, but it's always better to give them flowers, not because you don't not saying nothing, but just want to give you your time now. Just let you know how I think about you. And I just had when I was doing this show, thinking of ideas and stuff, or how to get or who the guests were gonna be. I knew I had to get you on here.
So nice.
Of course. I just got to. So, but yes, guys, the antithesis of having a good day, is this guy right here. I'm just saying.
Too nice.
So, first thing I like to say, thank you. For helping me out so many times. Helping me awake even more so the wormhole that is cosplay for me. To help me, illustrate those feelings, those illustrate that the idea of what I was thinking of. You just bring it out. You know what I'm saying? Like you upgrade that cosplay even more so with your pictures. You know that we work together. We work together, but you be like, as soon as I be thinking of it, you take it and you like, I know what to do with it. I just throw you the ball. You go for it. You go for it. You go for it. That's it. So thank you for that, sir. Thank you.
No problem. No problem. You're welcome.
So I want to ask you, give a little backstory, for the people. Like, where you from? What made you? Because he's a wonderful photographer, and he's a damn good rapper. The man he's many talents. But what made you, like, right now? It seems like your focus more because that's where everything's at right now with photography. Yeah. So what got you? Because that's how I met him, guys. Through him talking to me at a convention about doing some pictures. So what got you into doing photography? Then I'll talk about later on.
That's great. Because
your work is impeccable.
That's years of failing. It's years of getting it wrong that makes it look right. That's why I tell people. I started. So I had a job at a strip club, and I was doing graphic designs. So I would design like flyers and posters and stuff, and I didn't like the pictures I got. Mm-hmm. So I ended up taking pictures for myself because I knew what I wanted for the picture, and it started going good and it was cool. And then I cooled off a little bit from doing pictures and started focusing on my music. And my mother's a Zumba instructor, and she brought me a camera so I could take pictures of her class.
Right.
And that started popping off, and then it slowed down again. And then I started doing music more, and I was doing production, and I made a beat for an artist by the name of Maya Fresh. And my friend Solo taught me how to do video editing on my phone. So I went and I was like, okay, let's do this song that we just recorded. We're gonna go to the skate park and do a video. So we went down to Heaven Skate Park and we did the video. And while I was there, I was like, well, I got this camera. You want to get some shots while we're here? And from there, it went from me doing skate park pictures to me working with models. Yeah. And then when I got into cosplay, I was writing for Guys Nation, and I would get press passes to go to different conventions and stuff like that. Where one of them was where I met you, and I started doing pictures of conventions and then doing cosplay photography, and now it's snowballed into, the Honja you see now.
Yeah. I mean, you fell into it. Literally, you fell into it.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
It wasn't a goal like, oh, I want to do this. Like, you just fell into it and they fell in love with it,
Yeah.
And I think that's probably what's good about certain things, because you never plan for it, but yet when it does happen to you, you make something of it. It following your lap. It was never your plans. It wasn't on your trajectory, but you're like, you know what? Let me just turn around the corner a little bit, because this seems like a good thing right here, and you kind of open your own door with that. You made a door and opened it, and snowballed to what you're doing now, which, not many people can say that, and you can see the genuine love for it that you have, especially when you talk to you, anybody talk to you when it comes to like the ideas or whatnot, the sparks are going, you just thinking of like, ooh, I could, what about this? So we could do this. Like, the ideas is flowing, and I feel like it helped you, increase your passion, your talent even more so than before. And it still opens the door for other things too.
My mind works like 100 miles a minute. My girlfriend will tell you, I'm like, I stay up late because my mind's always, okay, maybe I could do this, maybe I could do that, maybe I could do this, maybe I edit this, maybe learn this, let me do that. And then by the time I realize it, I got like 5 million ideas. So when I work with a model, and like it, well, our work relationship is a little bit different, because you usually send me concepts, and then I usually work around the concepts you send me. But normally what I do is when I work with a model, once a model contacts me, we figure out what she's comfortable shooting, and then I'll send her like a bunch of ideas.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, tell me what you like. And then from there, we have like an outline of the shoot. And then what I like to do is that outline is pretty much like the base, and then it gives us a chance to kind of freestyle and move away from it, but it gives us a chance to kind of like focus in on some looks, but still have that freedom. And I feel that's the best way to work with a model, because a lot of the girls I work with, and listen, I think I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty good. The models I work with are fucking amazing. They are like amazing.
We gotta watch the language though.
Oh, okay. I bet to ask me that.
I got you. We got it.
The models I work with are amazing. But no, I get a chance to work with some amazing models with amazing looks and amazing different styles, shapes, sizes, and they always force me to kind of try to see what I do next, and it kind of helps me build into that creativeness. I'm a video game guy.
Mm-hmm.
Create a character is my joint. I'll sit there and create a character and spend like hours, move set, color. I gotta get the insignia on his shirt right. I gotta get the color of the shirt right. I gotta get the tattoos right. And to me, that's what modeling does. It gives me that chance to be very intricate with what I do and kind of add my style to the dope styles the models I work with have.
Mm. Okay. And it shows. It shows like you have a talent for it. A true talent for that. I don't like mentally everything, because I've actually been saying, how do you do it? Not just with the female talent and stuff, because you have a thing where, people have those situation with, female talent, like, models and stuff. They've always had those things of, people are taking advantage of them and stuff, in the past, or, but, they don't have that problem with you. You know what I'm saying? So it's, which is a very good thing that keeps you employed to do more stuff. So it's great that you're able to do it and not fall into the traps of those too, and still manage to bring out these wild ideas. Because some of the stuff, man, that you think of, some of the stuff, like, and I really found, like, you've worked with so many good people, but as a female talent, I feel like the one that has like really brought a certain side of you, just, art wise, has been like Jane of the Jungle,
Yeah.
Like she has, I think, with her mindscape of ideas, and like unlock a certain, like it unlocked the secret character to your mind, like in a video game, like you got the unlockable up there. Because what is the one that I loved the most was that it was the space themed one.
Let me tell you about that.
The galaxy.
So what I like about Jade is she's just as, if not more, crazier than me.
Right.
So I'll give her an idea that I think is kind of like out there, and she'll be like, "Oh, I like this," and then she'll send me back an idea that's just as crazy. And so that shoot in particular with the space thing, the other part of that shoot, she wanted to emulate this painting that she saw that from an artist that she follows on Instagram. And in the painting, it's a girl tied up like a turkey, naked, on a tray with an apple in her mouth with pineapple slices on her.
Yeah. It's funny, I've seen it similar to that too. Somebody else did that too.
So we did that picture, and then she was like, "You have this moon, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got the moon." She's like, "I want to do something with the moon. Let's do some body painting." And so, like, that was like almost like a last minute thing. So we sat there, me, my boy P0, Marvin, and we just painted her, started adding all the things.
Can I just add that it's always funny when I go to your live or her live, and the painting situation is always the very last minute thought of something. That is always the last, and it's so intricate of what you have to do in it. And I'm like, why didn't plan for this a lot earlier? But
no, we never do that.
But the funniest thing, because it cracks me up, because it's like it always is the same situation. It never fails.
This is how my shoots for her work. We get an idea, and then she'll be like, "You know what else would be good?" And then I know I'm in for trouble. Usually that leads to some other stuff. Like, she wants to, and she's very into being creative and doing makeup and paint. So, glitter. Like, we use liquid latex. We did a snake shoot, and she used liquid latex to glue like shrubbery on her.
Yeah.
Which was a painstaking process. And what made it worse is taking it off so we could do another look was madness.
Wait, so that wasn't the last look of the night. It wasn't like we're gonna leave this to be last.
No, that was like the first shoot, and then we still had to do the glow in the dark paint afterwards, and then we had a street shoot afterwards. So it was like, and she's always like that. She always goes, "You know, I really didn't plan this through."
What you doing, girl? Help this man out, man.
Yeah, she drives, but we do like a lot of dope stuff, and
it always comes out awesome though. That's
the thing. Fun.
Like I didn't know that behind the scenes wise that y'all had to go through those situations. They bring out, you know, the final project, the final, you know, outlook of the whole thing. Like, and now knowing that, it's like, man, if they don't sell these posters and stuff, like, because you got to get a payoff from going through all that, because it's like they always look magnificent. It's like, who made this? Who thought? I don't know. Like,
it's crazy.
It gets crazy. Out perfect. It always comes out perfect. Like, I feel like, what is it? What they call it? Like a muse. Like a muse. I feel like that's like the muse in a way, or maybe you're her muse. Like, because y'all work together so well,
this is true.
Ideas, and it's like it always come together, and I feel like you can see that in the final project. You know, the final product. You always see that more than anybody else a lot. It just, you guys, you know, y'all work well together. You know, like like Timberland and Missy type of thing. You know
what? I'll do you one better. I'll do you one way better. For those who watch wrestling, me and Jane are like AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan. We don't really need a story. Just put us in the ring, and something dope will happen.
Thank you for. I love it. This is another reason why this guy is so great. This is a reason why I love this guy, because you can sit and talk to this man about wrestling. You can sit and talk to this man about anime or cartoon, whatever the case may be. If you like it, 9 times out of 10, he already knows about it, know more about it. It can tell you some things that you didn't know, but it's just that was a good analogy. That was a really good analogy.
I figured you would like that one. I had that one saved just for you.
That was a real good analogy, man. That was a perfect one. So what? Okay, so when were you when you started rapping? Like what? Like, because you're really good. You're really good at it. You know, you're really good. Just want to throw that. You're really good. You know, and even in the music, I feel like you do it so nonchalantly, like you just easy. It comes off so easy. You know, which I have a gripe for, because it's like it's not fair. You know, just can't do it. And then, matter of fact, what is it? I saw that you did a poem. I think it was a poem or whatever. I think you posted on Facebook, and I think it was like a little gathering like a few months ago.
Yeah.
I can't even think of the words.
You can't say it on here. It was like It was like
yes, that one.
That one. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It was like I had to play it like a couple of times because you did off the top, and I'm like, how did he do that? Like, you would think it was written. You would thought it was like he took some time. Like, you took some time with it. And I'm like, okay. Like, he definitely wrote this before. He said this before. But the fact that you did it right off the top, and I'm like, I don't like that. I wish I could eloquently put my words into play like you did, and just like, you know, I wasn't really prepared for this. I really is going to go on top. So, you know, bear with me, guys. And then you just, you know, it just spews out, and everything just rhymes, and everything. There's a beginning, middle, and end to the whole thing. And it's like, you BSing me if you telling me he didn't study, he didn't rehearse this before. Like,
well, there was a point in time. There was a time where I worked for the Hartford Public Library, and they used to do poetry slams. And so, you know, this was like right as I was getting right into the groove of me being an MC. And so I was used to doing slams. I'm used to doing poetry slams. I'm used to performing. Performing's always been like real easy for me. When I was in high school, that's when I started rapping. Summer camp, did the talent shows. hooked up with a few crews. And so, admittedly, in the majority of the crews, when I first started that I was in, I was probably the worst MC in the crew. I can admit that. I am confident enough to admit that because I know where I'm at now. So to get on a track, was like, it was a fight. Excuse me. So I always had to do different things. I always had to either, have like some wordy punchlines. I had to work on my delivery and speed it up, switch it up, do different sounds and stuff like that, and start building it up. And then I got with a crew. I'll never forget. We were called the IGs. This was back when people used to press up cassettes. And yes, IGs stand. That's how much of a nerd we were. The IGs stood for the Infinity Gauntlet. That's what we called ourselves. And we all took geeky names. So
no, the fact that you started that name so before Marvel even you were ahead of the curve before it all started.
So it was my boy Dallas, who was known as Reed Richards. There was my boy Stout, who was known as Ben Grimm. My boy Mossy, who was known as Prince Namor, and then there was me, who was Johnny Storm. That was our crew. And so, and all those guys were like really dope MCs. And so we used to have to think like whoever would write their verse quick enough would be on the track. It was like, if you finish yours before he does, you get the spot. If you don't, you lose your spot. So being able to do stuff like I could write a rhyme nowadays like 5, 6, maybe 8-minute stops if I have a good feeling of it. And that's just because we used to just fight and battle for tracks and we would compete with each other, and that's why I like photography, because photography is the same thing. Right. You could take I do a lot of shoots with you, and one of my favorite shoots of all time, and I'm not saying this because I'm on the show with you, but one of my favorite shoots of all time is one of your shoots, and it's when Endgame, Infinity War was coming out, and we did the Thor picture. And I remember you coming to me, and you were like, okay, this is the idea I have, okay? I got this hammer, right? And I want the hammer to be in the forefront, right? And I want me to be kneeling in the back, and it'll be like real blurry, right? But you can make the focus on the hammer, just like in the... So I'm like, all right, okay, I got like this. And I never forget, we took the picture, and I said, okay, I like how this looks. This looks good. And then a few days later, you're like, okay, I want to show you something. I'm like, what do you want to show me? And you showed me the poster you made of the picture that looked like the poster that Marvel did. And I was like, there we go. There we go. That's perfect. That's easy. That's easy. Easy. I want to blow. I really want to blow it up and just hang it up in my house and be like, yeah, no, that's not the real movie poster. That's the poster we did.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Did we think of it? Did we think of it that day? It was that.
You thought you came to me that day. You were like, okay, I got this idea. This is what I want to do.
Yeah,
like,
it wasn't like I thought of before. It was like I looked at the area and I'm like,
because we were at the end of the shoot. That was like the last look.
And that cape was heavy. That was a heavy cape. And that was the first time I ever used that cape. Shout out to Pro Cosplay, did a great job. But that cape is heavy. Like if I need an extra blanket, it'd be that cape.
What's heavier, the cape or the Black Ranger helmet?
That cape.
Ooh.
That cape. Because it was long, man. It was a long cape. That's the thing. And it was dragging on the floor and stuff. I still haven't even watched it because it was just like I just didn't want to deal with it. I just put it in the bag and just tuck it in the rest of my other cosplay stuff, and just I deal with it when I deal with it. It was just, like I said, if I wanted a blanket, if it ever gets really chilly out, I think I could just pop that right up.
Just throw it on.
Yeah, for real. It's warm and heavy. Like all they did, I think they just did was just take a blanket. That's probably what they did. It's just like, okay, we don't add fabric and put some Velcro, but it's very heavy. But I mean, it was perfect for the shot because that was also the first time I put the whole thing on. It was like the arm, the sleeves, and the whole thing.
That we had a problem with putting on. We had a problem with putting on you because everything kept coming loose. We had to put it back on, coming loose, put it back on.
Yeah, man, it was annoying because I only made it out for like how it was in the movie when he's sleeveless. So I only did the collar a certain way. So when I put the cape on and all that, it just didn't feel right, and the Velcro was trying to hang on for dear life. Because now it has all this extra weight to like try to put the whole together. But yes, that was still one of my like best viewed pictures too. Yes, because all I did was add that little PNG part, because the mind keeps going, like you said, the minds just keep going.
Yep.
And when I saw the dailies in there, I'm like, I think I got something.
There was also, so you gave me one of my first in my photography career. That's when we went inside of the Woodworth to shoot.
Right.
And I got that picture of you sitting in that one room when you had like the red and white button up on. And we got
brought to you by Fashion Nova.
Thank you, Fashion Nova. You need to hire this man. It came out real dope. That one, listen, we've done like real like dope stuff, like the Arrow one we did at night with the fountain.
Yeah. Ooh,
those came out good. The one we did by the Hartford Seminary, I like too. When you had the Mickey Mouse, Mickey Mouse thing, we did like the. So let me tell y'all something. Don't let him fool you, okay? I know you see the cosplay, you see the shows, you see the reviews. This is Mr. Fashion Man over here, all right? I've done enough fashion stuff for him to know. He's one of those big boy models. Y'all just wait till one person goes, we need a big black man with a nice beard on, very clean cut, dapper Danish, and they're gonna come grab you.
I'm trying. And I will say, like, you saved me. You saved my little idea of being a plus size male model and everything. Because I mean, I obviously knew of you working, want to work with me for the longest before. And I was hesitant, especially in the beginning, with working with like doing pictures for cosplay. I was kind of hesitant and stuff because I didn't know. And then I had just had, friends of mine take a picture of my costume that day, but I didn't think of what more I can take from it. So like learning from the other, like the my heroes of cosplay, my idols and stuff, and see how they do, like do things, and see how they bring more ways to they do more ways to bring out that costume, so it's long lasting. So it's just not you bought something or you made something and it's just for a day at a con or whatever. You make it last a lot longer with it by doing a really good picture. So I have pictures of my cosplays that I really love, but the pictures wasn't great because it was just a regular camera phone picture. But I just wanted to, at the time, it was like, oh, a really cool picture, and I'll add something later. But it just didn't give me that thing I needed.
Oomph.
Yes. And so I did work with one guy. I took a chance with another guy doing photography by working at my night job, I should say. One of my night jobs. And I just, I was like, you know what?
Hold on. Let me be honest. All right. I know you guys are gonna be wondering what night job he's talking about. So, yes, it's true. He does have a OnlyFans. You can find him at onlyfans.com/chocolateanaconda. I'm not gonna tell you what you find. I'm not gonna tell you what you're gonna find. But just let you know.
I can't.
You may not want your girl to look at that page while you're looking at it.
Yeah.
Or you may be wondering why she always depositing $20 out your account. I just they needed to know. I know you didn't want it to come out this way, but I just wanted to be honest with the people because I believe in honesty. That is the best. That is the best policy. So all right, go ahead. How
you think I gotta support my habit somehow?
Listen, you think them toys came cheap? Them things expensive. You think them costumes and the cosplay he putting on? You think that's cheap and expensive?
Thank you to all my subscribers on there. I'll see y'all later.
He's slinging schlong.
Oh my god!
That's what he's doing. Now y'all know.
Oh my god! All right, so where was I?
That's the real reason why he had to cut his hair off, because too many people were finding out about him, so he had to switch up the look to throw the people off his trail.
Oh my god! Oh shoot! God. I had a. I can't. I got nothing. I got nothing. Okay. Let me get myself together, y'all. Like this is what happens when we talk on a regular. This is
Yeah,
what
we
y'all
have
see.
fun. We have fun.
Okay. So so back when. So. I, I can't discuss. So I worked with the guy before, and it was all right. But I always knew it could be better. But I always wanted to give a person a shot. Uh, but at the time, I only knew of you because from the conventions and stuff. And you came up to me and like, oh, about doing pictures. Like, oh, okay. But I think by the time when I was, looking at your stuff and talking to you, I didn't think you did guys stuff because a lot of your
I
pictures
get a
on
lot of female traffic. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm like, I don't understand. I don't get how I would work. I was trying to figure out how would I fit in the time, and so
We would have got you in some lingerie. It came out. It
you
would
know,
work. It would have worked.
they got the plus size ones. So they so I worked the other guy, and they came out. They were all right. But they wasn't that great. They could have been better. Because but there were some good ones in there. But it was sometime by the end of it where it just didn't work out, and it's just like you're not at the area where I need to be at, for myself and who I want to work with, and it just the connection was not there. Nice person, shout out to that person, but when I hit you up about it, you was already right. Let's do this, and then I forgot which one is. It feel like it's been forever. We've been doing this now, working together with stuff.
Thor was the first one.
That was the first one.
Thor was the first one.
Okay, so because we did a regular shoot, we did a Thor shoot, and then we did the regular with that outfit at the mall. I mean, at the Wadsworth. That was the time frame when I'm like, this is it for me. I'm good. Like. Because you talk about taking pictures that you're not going to be sure if it's going to work or not. Just the first couple pictures, I'm like, wow, okay, we're doing something. This is special. We're doing something. And then from those shots to the regular shots with the red and white. Because I always want to, I always like to say if I'm going to do a cosplay thing, that's that. But if I'm going to do a regular shoot, yeah, it's going to be, plain clothes. But I'm also going to put in the sneaky part of my personality, like the brown, like the gray outfit, the gray sweater. It's a Mickey Mouse,
The Mickey Mouse one, yep.
Like the red and white one. Pizza Express was the T-shirt, Toy Story, There's always a theme to it, There's a hidden theme always, and it's to the pictures. It's not just a regular plain shoot. But it wasn't like I think you sent me the picture from that Wadsworth with the one that I love the most too. We all love was the one sitting down in the corner of the thing.
In the middle of the room. Just it's
yeah, and you would think I'm like because I remember watching like where did we get fog? It felt like it was fog on the ground or something, but it was just the perfect lighting of the whole thing. And I'm like, this right here, this is it right here. Like this is it. Like this is what I'm talking about right here. And it was great because I kept looking at it. I remember I went out afterwards to get something to eat, and I'm like, I'm about to do this a lot more with this guy. Like, like you already knew he was a great guy. But the talent wise, showed even more so. And then I'm like, this is dope. This could be if I was singing still, this could be an album cover or something. Like one of those old like the fold out ones. Like you gotta fold the whole thing out.
Yeah, you get the whole full picture in it.
Yeah, that's what it was like for me. So, and then from there just keep spewing out stuff and thinking of ideas and stuff. And it was never a thing like when I come to you about certain things, you're like, yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we can try that. It was not negative and like, so you helped me bring out the ideas and we, put it out there. Like the very special situation of me cutting my hair. Like, I think that was like the top one of all of them because it was a very important, because it was only two people that knew about what was going to happen. It was you and my barber.
You had came in. It was like a spy movie. He came in under the guise of night. Make sure everything was dark so no one could see him. He came in for his shoe.
Yeah, it was one of those things where it's like I had to make sure this is timed the correct way as soon as possible, to get this thing done. And we made it happen. Like, and I swear to God, like it was like my last day at work doing at that location before I moved on to my main job now full time. So, once I got the word about that, and it just the stars aligned to get to that point, to where I'm like that day, like, hey, I hit you and my barber up at the same time frame, like, hey, let me get this out my brain now before I get scared the next day or 5 minutes from now. Set this up right now. Hey, I get out of work at 2:00 from work. I'm not staying any longer. Talk to my barber. I will be there at 2:30 or whatever the case is, whatever. Get home, and I had a thing from you. Is like as soon as I get done from there, I'm coming straight to you. It was already set. Matter of fact, I left straight from the barber straight from the barber straight to your house. So we could do the shoot. I change clothes when I get there. Not even knowing how the haircut was gonna be, how I was gonna feel. I could have had a nervous breakdown and said, "Forget it all. It's over. It's done." But that was the goal, and I always try to go for a goal to keep me motivated for that time. And I knew I had to work with y'all, you and my barber Preston. Shout out to Preston, just to get this out there. Everyone knows me for having my hair for so many years. That was like my thing. That was something I always most likely hid behind a lot of times. It was my crutch. It was a gift and a curse. But that was something that I had to change for a little bit to try to get myself to progress late for the future. And plus I had a whole thing of like, if I cut my hair, am I really bald? If I got a bald spot or something, like what is going to happen in my hair? So to this new haircut, the hair journey I've got or whatever, learning this whole thing, that's thanks to y'all too. Because if it wasn't for Preston that you hit the clippers to do it a certain way, and then for you to take the pictures, it came out well. And then weirdly and strangely enough, I didn't think about it until afterwards. Because I remember like my grandma, my mom was like, "You look just like your brother." I'm like, with the haircut. But I did not think about it was like, this is the first time you're hearing about it. That haircut, those pictures made me realize, because my late brother, who passed away a few years ago, like he had the same haircut, not knowing that I was doing the same haircut. Just like the little angle was off to the where's the back because how they hit my dreads was at the time, but the size and everything was the same way. And I didn't think about it until I actually went back to his pictures, and I'm like, holy crap, we got the same haircut.
You got to do it side by side. You got to take one of the old pictures and then yours and match them up.
And it was crazy because I looked at it and I was just like going back to the pictures that we did and what I had, and looked at myself and looked at the picture of his, because he had the haircut, side by, the front back, one of those haircut pictures, and I'm like, we have the same haircut. Wow, like if it was a way to not know how much you look like somebody until later on or whatever. Sadly, I realized that after the hair was gone, it's like, wow. And it wasn't planned to have that haircut, like to look exactly like my brother's or nothing. I was just like, we're going to cut this hair today. We're going to do it. We got to do this transformation. But so I thank you for that. It was a mind-blowing experience, emotional day. It was a very important day to get that haircut, and for you to came out, what you did, it was like, yeah, I'm ready. Let's do these pictures. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it wasn't timed that correct way, I probably would never even get the hair done. If it wasn't time, like you hit that, for my barber to be good at this time, for you to be good at that the next time. If one of them was out of place, I would have
all been messed up.
I probably still have my dreads right now. You know, I would have chickened out. So, just thank you for that. You know, appreciate that. And then also, you know, appreciate you for making me, you know, seeing me flip out, seeing the Fast and Furious trailer when I was at your house. You know, that was.
We stopped the whole shoot just so he could watch that trailer and do a reaction for it.
Yeah. And it was worth it. I think one of the funniest reactions I had was one which doing that with you, and then also was the Return of the Last Jedi review I did. When I was at the skate park with you, you know, and I was like, I got to do this review right now because I didn't know this came out today. Like I was such, you know, so both of those was natural reactions and stuff. It's perfect stuff. Perfect. What has been like we know say us we talked about Jane doing the pictures with her. Like what has been your most favorite shoot like during all this? You know,
tough. Stop doing a lot. Oh.
Yeah. Like, what's like the most intricate thing that really came to part? Like the final product was like, this is worth it. This is the most worth it situation. It was hard. We got there, but
all right. So there's three that always stand out to me. One was one of my other jobs is I work the front desk and I'm a radio engineer at the 224 off Farmington Avenue. And they had a photographer set up to do their architecture pictures for an article that they were going to have in the Harvard Business Journal. But he had to back out. So my boss knows I shoot. And she was like, okay, listen, we know you like to shoot the ladies, but we need a photographer to shoot architecture stuff in the building. Can you do it? Yeah, I brought my camera with me. I was like, I can do it.
Right.
So I take the pictures, edit them, send it to her. And then she goes, okay, I want you to check your email. I'm about to send you something. A couple weeks later, I get the email and I look. And it's the article from the Harvard Business Journal with the tagline, photography by Daniel Warren. And I'm like, I'm in the Harvard Business Journal? For something I've never done in my life. It was like the first time doing it. Money. That was one of my best. It was, I've been published.
Right.
But this is like a realm of stuff I'm not used to. I'm like, this is not my thing, you know. So it was like getting that was like really dope. One of the other big things that I really, 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 really loved, oh my God, this was so long ago. There was a time where I was running group shoots.
Okay.
And this is not really a photography thing, but it was the fact that I was cultivating this area where models and photographers were meeting, and they were models that probably 9 times out of 10 wouldn't be shooting with the photographers that they're shooting with. Because I had models of all different sizes, shapes, and looks. You know, full figured, skinny, tattooed, hair, no hair, black, white, that went full-fledged or just have like, you know, the cute little, I bought this from KB cosplay stuff, and we just put it all together. And people were coming in. I would do the shoots, and people were just like, oh, okay, I want to go to this one. And I was able to do different themes. I did boudoir, I did fashion, I did Halloween, I did cosplay. And that period of time, that stretch of time, I shot them at Studio 52 in Middletown. That period of time of being able to say, I hooked up these people together, and they've gone on and done like work, you know, outside of the group shoot.
Right.
You know, photographers who didn't know about these models ended up, you know, finding out these new, untapped talent. And it was great to see that happen, because one of the things I always believe is our culture, not just as African Americans, but as creatives, our culture can be very, very toxic. And no one really wants to share and work and network and communicate and stuff like that. So being able to have that hodgepodge was always dope, because it allowed me, and it also allowed me to learn from like a lot of great photographers who I probably would have never met if I didn't set this together. And I tell people off the rip, I really made no money from this. Whatever money I got, went to pay for the studio and some of the equipment that they let us use. So this was all coming out, you know, coming out with nothing going back into the pocket. And I loved, you know, doing that stuff. And one of my third thing that's really been popping for me as a photographer is, so I met a model a long time ago by the name of Charisma. A long time ago. I never forget. This is back when I had like my little, it was like my Canon power shot point and click thing. And for some reason she agreed to come shoot with me. And we shot like a little Tesla shot, you know, downtown Hartford, you know, little thing right there. And it was decent. Then we shot again when I just got my condo and I was really kind of trying to get it in.
Right.
And she, to her credit, kind of, I think it was one of her first like more risque shoots, and she trusted me with that image. And then, you know, as we worked more, every time she came to me, she was taking like that next step in her career. And to me, that means a lot. And a lot of models have done this too with me, but for me, it meant a lot. She was an African-American model, very dark skinned. So it was watching her blossom into.
Is that
like?
Wasn't she like a singer, right? Is that the same one?
She did a little bit of singing. She was acting.
Okay, I know the name. I've heard the name before, so I'm trying to.
It was amazing. Like and it was great watching her like take these steps in her career, and her always coming back to me to kind of shoot something that was like the next stage. Like we would shoot, and then the next stage would happen, and then we would shoot, then the next stage would happen, we would shoot, and then the next stage would happen. And to me, that really means a lot because, you know, as good as I think I am,
right,
there's a lot of dope photographers out there. So I'm always honored when a model wants to come to me to shoot, especially when they're shooting with me at stages where they're evolving. Because I get to watch, and I get to watch it unfold. And it's like, I get that proud father thing. I go, I remember when she couldn't even think about doing this, and now she's doing it, and now she's killing it. So, you know, other than that, the one that's really good, because it's about the city of Hartford, one of the pictures I took of a model and musician by the name of, I think it's Zakaria, but her name is Trinity. And we had took a picture a long time ago. It was right in between the Wadsworth and that, I forgot, the state building that's right across. Where I took a picture. She was in this nice shawl. She had her guitar, and she had like this big black sun hat on.
Right.
We took the picture, gave to her, you know, nice little shoot. Then I find out that behind the building, the Goodyear building, downtown Hartford, someone saw that picture and used that as the basis of a mural in the back of that building. And I never forget, because I went down there to shoot, and I'm like,
what?
I'm like, I know that picture. I was like, hold on. And you know me, I got to go my phone. I gotta scroll through all my pictures. I'm like,
right.
Oh, shit, that's my picture. Wow.
That's the payoff right there. That's a good payoff. Somebody looked at that and used it as a base, because many times you look at other things for base for, you know, what you're about to do.
Yeah.
But now it's done for you the other way around. It's like,
hold on. Let me tell you what's funny. So both girls I talked about are in here.
Shout out to everyone.
Charisma's in here.
Right. Sorry.
Trinity just popped in here. And let me just say, Trinity, I just told them how one of the pictures we took ended up being used as a mural, and that's one of my big moments in my photography career. So I just want to let her know, because she probably missed the story, which probably would have made her cry and made me seem like I'm a sensitive guy.
What up, K9? What is it? Bono Brat? That's
Charisma.
That's Charisma. Okay, that's Charisma. That's like they hear the name. They out here.
Yeah. And then Zakura is Trinity.
Ah, gotcha. It's funny how they showed up. I just bringing up these stories like, I heard my name. Somebody said my name. I heard it.
And to Trinity's credit, Trinity has been with me through a lot of my evolution as a photographer. I started off, met her at the skate park, and we've done a lot of stuff at the skate park. And then when I was moving from fashion and I got into the more risque style stuff, Trinity was one of the first few models to shoot a lot of risque stuff with me. And when I started doing more creative stuff, like when I started doing like the gold leaf, silver leaf, and rose gold leaf, Trinity was one of the first people to do the gold leaf stuff with me. So she's always been like kind of there to help me kind of take that next turn in my photography. Like I said, I'm lucky to work with a lot of dope females who are like, you know, they can shoot with anybody they want, but they always come to the old man to get some stuff in. So I always feel good. Like you, let's be honest, you're a dope model, you're a dope cosplayer. You could technically shoot with anybody, but you always come to the old man for the shoot. And I owe you because you're the reason why I almost sweat to death every day. But y'all don't know, so being big men, right? So I'll be watching Parker's little thing, and he be in the gym looking like he training for WrestleMania, getting his Rocky on. And one day he was like, I'm like, yeah, you know, went through a bad breakup. I want to work out. I want to get myself back into shape. You know, he was like, I got something for you. So next day he comes over, he brings me this hoodie. I'm like, I got a lot of hoodies. Like, this is not, I thought he was going to bring me like food or something. He's like, no, trust me. He's like, work out, put this on. So I said, okay, I'm trying. So next day, throw it on, I'm working out. And I'm like, Jesus, I'm just, what is going on in here, y'all? This is way too much sweat to be coming off. And he's like, yo, that's a sauna suit. And so when you work out, you know, it sweats, you get all that water weight off. Listen, I used to wring that thing. I would go on my live and be there just wringing my hoodie off. And I'm like, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have slimmed down like how I slimmed down. And, you know, and I wouldn't work with as many male models, because a lot of male models who now shoot with me because they've seen the stuff I've done with Parker. So, you know, I also owe you like a lot.
Oh man, thank you. I just wanted, I just wanted to work with somebody good, work with somebody, great, bring that other side of me out, whatever, in the forefront, because it was my first time. I haven't done modeling stuff. It was only for like when I was doing music. So it wasn't for like any type of modeling or even look at it. So when it came to doing that, it was in honor of my brother, because one of the things we talked about before, everything happened, was that he wanted to do some male modeling. He wanted to do it, and he could do it too. Like, he had the look, he had the abs, all that stuff. So it was, so when he passed, I felt like I have to do something. And now cosplay was one thing, because I could easily hide behind a mask and be the character. That's fun, and I love doing that because I can be this character. But now I got to be myself and be showing this side of me that that I'm not sure if that will come across that I need it to be, or whatever the case may be. And I'm doing it for a reason. And it comes from me, like, start to learn that I love it more too myself. But I was doing it because since my brother can't do it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it for him. I'm gonna live this dream for him. It was kind of like when for wrestling, relation, when Flair, Charlotte Flair, she only became a wrestler because her brother couldn't do it anymore, because he passed away. That wasn't her goal. It wasn't her goal, but since he wanted to be a wrestler, she's like, I'm gonna do it for him and give it all I got. This is, and it's the same token, so the same situation. So working with you helped me bring that side out, even to do for more, to take it from just doing it for my brother and in his name to doing it also for myself, and coming to fall into it. If you fell into doing photography, to fall into doing modeling and actually like it, and really for myself too. And so it brought that side out. So I mean, it's been great ever since. And we done some really good pictures. And I'm looking forward to more, because trust me, before this quarantine happened, I was getting these outfits together, bro. I already got one. I got one full outfit complete now. I got one full outfit complete because I'm ready for this. Head to toe, got the whole thing in the closet.
Right.
Still, and it messed up because the weather. By the time the weather gets back, I mean, we could do this after quarantine. By the time I want to do these shoots, two of these outfits is not gonna be season ready. If I do, I might pass out and sweat. But shout outs to cutting weight. That was the gear that helped my boy out here. It helps me out. But unfortunately, with this quarantine, it's kind of messing up everybody. Because it has messed me up too. Because I'm a person that has to go out. I have to leave the house to go to the gym because that's how I feel better about doing things. Because I procrastinate a lot if I'm doing this stuff at home. Did you not know? Did you know when you ride a bike, you really have to pedal? It's hard work really to really pedal because you got to go to A to B. It's really hard. It's nothing like the stationary. Stationary been lying to me. I really got to work for this one. For the bike. I don't like it. I don't like that. I didn't think about that idea. When I bought my bike, I really didn't think about that part. So before we go, just wanted two other things. Because, this man is also dabbles in cosplay himself. He has some dabbling in cosplay. His mind...
Midgets.
Smidges, but they be coming out pretty good, though. Pretty good. And I'd be impressed. And I'm like, he once again, he has another talent in this whole thing. So do you want to progress more? Because you dabble a little bit, but your mind is there. Your mind.
Oh yeah. Listen, cosplay's always been my thing. So the 3 cosplays I've done so far. So I've done 3. So I've done Chef from South Park because I'm a big fat black guy. So that's pretty much easy, and I have a beard and bald head. So easy. All I gotta do is learn the words to chocolate salty balls, and that's what I did. I would go to conventions dressed as Chef, and people would be like, "Hey, Chef," and I'd be like, "Hello, children." I'd do the whole thing. Actually, no, I've done 4. I've done 4 legitimately. I've done Chef. Thanks to my girl D, I did a Heath Ledger version Joker, which she came in and did the prosthetics for me. I've done John McClane, aka John McClane / Max Payne. And I remember because I went to New York Comic Con to do Max Payne, and they wouldn't let me bring my fake guns in.
Yeah.
So it kind of like defeated the purpose.
But they honestly didn't let a lot of people in.
Yeah.
That had fake weapons anyway that time.
And then the last one I just recently did, and I did it at PAX East, and I also did it at New York Comic Con.
Yeah.
I did Toriyama from My Hero Academia. So I got the giant bird mask, I had the cape, and then I did it with him and his gym gear.
I still love that one. That was a really good one. And lightweight too,
Shout out to my girl Geo Genetics, who actually helped me do the thing for me, and it still holds up, and she did it for me a while ago, and I was like, I can't wait to have fun with that out.
You can put that one out like anytime. Be like, just in case, I might as well, just put that on right quick.
Pop it right on.
It still works. And you can put that on for any gear, honestly, because when you see that character like in the gym gear or any other thing besides the cape, it works either way.
Yeah.
It works either way.